go back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. I'm with the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Oakland Raiders. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go, set, 30 base.
Watch tight end. Hey,
get it.
First carry for Josh Jacobs, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
24 is the mic. What we got? What we got? What we got? 24 is the mic.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. With it is Brown. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that block.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down.
Here we go. Both sevens the mic. Both sevens.
Back to throw. Newman. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Kenny Golladay, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
You can't block me. Shoot. Wide. Get wide.
On 2nd down, Jacobs looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Ready? 10 Lobo.
Bring it.
Now.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he's got some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Here's Jacobs. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch that in. Tight end right. Tight end.
He'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark Just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead.
Got it. Look at me. Go, go.
Sing it.
Shoot.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now Brown. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. They run. Cook. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On the carry, it's Cook. Cook stripped. The ball's out. And the Raiders pick it up. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Check 24. Check 24. Check.
They run it with Jacobs. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. They got the ball in great field position after the fumble, but this defense tried to stand tall.
They certainly are, and a lot of times after you pick up a fumble or get an interception, you have momentum on your side. You kind of walk through a defense and score. Not so fast, not in this case.
He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They will run the draw with Jacobs. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
On now is the field goal team here as the Raiders will try for 3. And his kick here is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Newman. He gets it to Brown, complete. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down.
A gain of 14. And a Raven 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Big Sears right here.
Now Cook. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you 1st downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man you can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up 1st downs.
2 1st downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Cook. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Brought down by Nate Gehring.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
47's the mark, boy. 47. Check.
Operating from the gun, Newman. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll rifle this one deep. He's got him in, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Hey!
3 down.
Hey, Echo!
Check nickel.
Go!
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Let's go now.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
3 down.
Hey. 5.
2nd and long. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Okay, ready?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Single. I got 83.
We ain't giving up nothing. Hard.
He's checking. Crash.
Deep grip.
Back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Oakland. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This will be taken at the 10. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Hill. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time. Forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Running for it. Here's Cook. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. So he needed 1. He ended up getting...
And I really like the way he ran that one, too. That's really intelligent running because oftentimes a running back can get too greedy. Try and hit the home run on a play where you just need a few yards. Well done there, making sure you got the 1st down and not worrying about trying to get a touchdown.
That'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And they begin this drive in very precarious field position inside their own 5.
And remember, this is a defense that's already scored once in this game, so you've got to really take care and make sure that you're blocking these guys to try and wedge the ball out from the shadow of your own end zone.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 8-yard line.
Come on, set, 50, plant.
Pick up the ball.
Shoot.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
3rd and 3.
Here we go, here we go. 18 Gators.
Come on, QB, come on. 24 is the mic.
Hey, seam 6, seam 6. Get it.
Looking to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's A.J. Cole now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And it's fielded at the 34. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at their 49-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, here I come.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Newman. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's A.J. Cole now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. Boom! Still fighting through tackles. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Might have needed just one more block. As it stands, 37-yard return. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
Ready. Check, 47. Watch the run. Whip.
Throwing on 1st down. Newman. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Credit the sack there to Arden Key.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
47's the mic. 47.
Looking to throw. Newman. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. A safety with a sack there. LaMarcus Joyner. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Operating from the gun. Newman trying to lay one up deep. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game's kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Watch tight. Tight ends right.
2nd and 4. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
The Raiders on third down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hey, foxtrot.
Back to throw here. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
Hey, we got 3 down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a run with Cook. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains.
2nd and 11 at the 34-yard line.
On second down, Hill. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. The Ravens on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, Newman. He's got his man. It's Andrews. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's Justin Tucker now for the Raven field goal try. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Quick hitter here. It's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jalen Ferguson in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
He's passed, and he's going to go down again. Jalen Ferguson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And twice in a row, the quarterback goes down. This offense needs 2 scores, not giving up 2 sacks.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll set up to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. First down, here's the run with Cook. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Ravens, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year.